underway at the Stadio Olimpico in Turin. Alongside Matteo Bonetti, I'm Andres Cordero. Thanks as always for joining us.
More of a natural wingback.
Long switch by Chiellini for Cuadrado. First time effort looking for Mandzukic. Does fall for Mandzukic. Squared and Sturaro doesn't get there. Well, Joe Hart might have been beaten, but Sturaro just unsettled by Zappacosta.
You know, looking a bit shaky here defensively. Great job from Mandzukic using his physique. It's a mistimed challenge from Leandro Castan. Completely whiffs on the ball. There's a great look at it. And best chance of the game for Juve. It's again
wide to Cuadrado. Crossed into the near post. Mandzukic! Oh, he was in a great spot in front of Rossettini, but he could not put it on frame.
Now, so far, Higuain has not gotten a touch. Every time that Juventus get into the final third, it is looking for Mandzukic, who has to get down so low to head this one on, and he cannot believe he didn't get this on target. Could he have tried taking a different approach to shooting that ball, maybe?
Adem Ljajic. It's back inside of Khedira, lead it off for Baselli, poked away by Rugani. Second effort. Buffon. But he had a safe chip forward for Sturaro. An advanced position for Sturaro. A good cross into the heart of the 18. Khedira back. Mandzukic denied by Joe Hart. Brilliant combination. Quick pass. A step ladder to get there.
See Zappacosta in no man's land, and Rossettini has to come across. Torino defense all over the place, and that deflection could have taken it anywhere. How quickly does Joe Hart react to this?
We're seven-time Italian champions, but last of those came in the mid-1970s. Zappacosta blazing a trail. Let's get it through past Chiellini. Baselli sends the cross, and Torino have the opener. It's Andrea Belotti once more. 11 goals in Serie A this season. He just signed a new deal, €100 million release clause, and you see why. It's Torino 1, Juventus 0.
It's a sensational glancing header from Belotti. And Il Gallo does it again. This is something we've seen from Torino so much. Get the ball out wide. The fullback's getting forward. Belotti so able with his positioning. And it's Zappacosta who plays this ball forward. What a cross that is. It was Baselli who delivered it. As Belotti had to step on his defender, he just gets in front of Daniele Rugani. Excuse me, it was Lichtsteiner. Able to get the positioning. Rugani just ball watching. He's in no position to make a play on it.
In Italy, Inter crashing out as well. Brilliant from Barreca. Cross toward the back post. Intended to the back post. Only nearly finding the top corner.
Well, there's a few similarities in this game and also the Juve game that they played away to Genoa, where the home side really putting it back inside.
And by Alexandro. Cuadrado attacks the ball but won't get there. Now Marchisio off the volley. And they're happy to have him back, Claudio Marchisio.
Yeah.
Only his fourth appearance this Serie A season. He was sidelined with a serious injury at the start of the campaign.
Difficult one for Il Principino. It's on his weaker foot, an ambitious volley, but
just gotten Khedira to touch it out.
There's one of the few old school regista still left in Italy.
Astan sends it back. Chiellini again. Ljajic couldn't control. Sent forward by Cuadrado. It's fallen for Higuain. Gonzalo Higuain for the equalizer! And Juve back on level terms. He snapped his goal drought at midweek in the Champions League. He's back to scoring in Serie A. It's Torino 1, Juventus 1.
So difficult to stop in those one-on-one situations. And here's a perfect look at what Gonzalo Higuain does best. He has the pace, the physique to hold off the defender. And then when it comes down to it, as you see, Ljajic is not able to corral that ball, and that's what leads to a Rossettini gambles as he thinks the ball's going to go out wide. Higuain moves more centrally, blows by both Rossettini and Castan. No chance for them, and then evenly matched and really setting up what should be a wonderful second half.
Very little between them in the passage of play. Nothing between them on the scoreboard. It's Torino 1, Juve 1 at the break. Rocchi gets us underway for the second half. No changes from either manager. It's the same 22 players that started this contest. Gigi Buffon. Here's Khedira trying to pounce on the loose ball. Finds Sturaro. Fires blindly and no trouble for Hart. The rest of that lineup has Khedira, Marquisio, and Sturaro in the middle. Cuadrado, Higuain, and Mandzukic in attack.
That play started by Marquisio. Wonderful first-time ball over the top to get it into the box, and they're never really going to trouble us.
Costa looking for an opening, crossed into the 6, punched away by Buffon. Rugani was there, and Iago Falque puts it into orbit.
Not a bad ball from Zappacosta. This is what he does best. You remember his Atalanta days, how many assists he provided for Herman Dennis on similar plays. And so
Jajic driven hard toward the back post, and there was Mandzukic to deal with it.
Looking for Belotti one-on-one against Rugani, who does so well going up with the Torino number 9. This ball is so dangerous from Jajic. It comes in with so much pace. It doesn't allow Buffon to come out and meet it. He just has to hope that his defenders do the right job.
Jajic squeezes it through, pulled back a chance, and it's denied as Captain Benassi struck it straight at Buffon. It was blocked before getting there. Iago Falque with the follow-up.
And the way Captain Benassi's holding his arms up to his head, he thinks this one was going to be put away had it not taken a deflection. Oh, the way he strikes it, looks like it's going to that top corner at the far post. That looked to be going in.
Was it Mandzukic again? It was Mandzukic and Rugani who were just in front of Gigi Buffon. One of the two made the block, and if I had to gamble on it, I would say Mandzukic. Cuadrado in traffic. Lichtsteiner's taking it away, bumped inside the 18, goes to ground, but it's incidental contact. Lichtsteiner pleading his case, falls on deaf ears.
Well, let's see here, was this obstruction by Castanis?
No. Can't disappear.
Absolutely.
Iago Falque trying to find Belotti. He's found Jajic instead. Jajic from the edge of the 18. Jajic! Just about a foot wide.
Great ball from Iago Falque. This is where Jajic is at his absolute best. Isolated in a one-on-one situation. Always looking to cut it on his right foot. A perfect pass from Falque. Those two wingers linking up beautifully.
Khedira. It's it wide for Chiellini. Catapulted forward looking for Gonzalo Higuain. Magnetizes the ball. Higuain! Oh! What a strike from Gonzalo Higuain! The record goal scorer a year ago as a brace, and it may have just won the derby. It's Torino 1, Juventus 2.
How do you stop the striker coming off the best ever season for a striker in Serie A? It's certainly not going to be in that one-on-one situation. Higuain with his back to goal settles the ball beautifully as it comes from Big Giorgio, just boots it up. Look at the way Higuain uses his body to create the separation. I believe it's Barreca, the one who's marking him. You have the young fullback there. Just allows Higuain to turn around so quickly, catches the ball on the volley. Incredible power and placement. Joe Hart, no chance on that one. And that is really a bit of everything from Higuain. The first touch to settle the ball, the physique to hold off the defender, goes through the legs of Barreca, and it struck absolutely perfectly well. Baselli cannot believe it.
Working against Barreca, Dybala into the inside. Higuain! That's it over the top. It was all created by Paulo Dybala.
Yeah, starting from a wide, playing the Bianconeri, they just die down in terms of keeping that energy up. Can't cope with the athleticism and skill of this Juve side.
Brilliant by Dybala. Marked by 3. Paulo Dybala skips through 3. 4 for Gonzalo. He's denied the hat-trick by Joe Hart. Paulo Dybala follows up. Pjanic, a second save by Hart, but not a third, as Miralem Pjanic has put the derby to bed. Torino 1, Juventus 3. And it's Pjanic. His 5th goal for Juve.
And forget Pjanic, this is all Paulo Dybala again. Instant impact off the bench. He's just come back from injury. Look at this, he goes around 3 Torino defenders with ease. Embarrasses Castan, plays this ball in beautifully for Higuain. And this is the first miracle from Joe Hart, who just sacrifices his body off his chest. This save is world class again from the English international, but he can't do enough. He can't do it all on his own. And Juventus have been rampant. And again, you see the skill and the dominance of the Bianconeri. against anyone else in Serie A. They're just far too good over the course of 90 minutes, especially when you can bring players like Dybala and Pjanic off the bench.
Alexandro sends it back. Pjanic, and there's the final whistle. The old lady smiling from her throne atop the Serie A table. It's Torino 1, Juventus 3. Andrea Belotti opened the scoring in the 16th, a brace by Gonzalo Higuain in the 28th and 82nd, and Miralem Pjanic puts the exclamation point